This is the second part of our ongoing series, Breaking Shadows, where we walk through the 7 classical stages of inner alchemy: calcination, dissolution, separation, conjunction, fermentation, distillation, and coagulation. These stages are not merely metaphors from ancient texts. They represent psychological and spiritual transformations that occur deep within us, especially when life disrupts our comfort and illusions. Each week on Alchemy Transformation, we explore one stage in depth so you can better understand your journey from breakdown to breakthrough. If calcination was the burning away of the ego, the sudden collapse of everything you once clung to, then dissolution is the stage that follows, when the ashes begin to settle and you realize you no longer know who you are. Have you ever experienced a moment where the roles, beliefs, and values that once defined you suddenly felt meaningless? Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, "I don't recognize myself anymore"? This is the heart of dissolution. In this episode, we will explore what the dissolution stage means, why it often emerges as emotional breakdown, confusion, and spiritual emptiness, and how to identify when you're in this phase. We'll also talk about what to do when you feel untethered from everything familiar, and why this disorientation is actually an invitation to truth. Finally, we'll look at how surrendering to dissolution can open the door to deep insight and authentic rebirth. Dissolution is the disintegration of everything that calcination exposed. After the ego is cracked open, dissolution flushes the debris away. It often shows up as a period of numbness, sorrow, disillusionment, or even apathy. You may feel lost in your own life. The ideologies you once believed about religion, love, success, or even morality may suddenly feel hollow. People sometimes describe this phase as a spiritual void or emotional freefall. You may find yourself withdrawing from social circles, questioning authority, doubting your life purpose, or even wondering whether anything has meaning at all. It can feel like you're drowning. But what's really dissolving are the structures that were built on illusion. When the beliefs, systems, and relationships you once leaned on no longer resonate, your psyche begins to clear away space for something deeper. This is why many people experience dissolution as depression, derealization, or isolation. It's not because something is wrong with you, but because your old identity can no longer contain the truth trying to emerge. Carl Jung believed that dissolution corresponded to a vital part of individuation, the descent into the unconscious. He taught that after the ego is humbled, the psyche must enter a state of fluidity to access deeper layers of meaning. The unconscious mind, long buried beneath persona and performance, begins to bubble up. Symbols, archetypes, dreams, and even suppressed trauma can emerge. It is disorienting, sometimes terrifying. But Jung emphasized that only by allowing the unconscious to surface can one truly begin to integrate the whole self. Dissolution, then, is the gateway to integration. It washes away the lies, so the truth can take root. If you're experiencing this stage now, give yourself permission not to have it all figured out. You may not be productive. You may not be certain about anything. That's okay. This is not a step backward. It's a deep surrender. Let the questions come. Let the walls fall. Let the grief move through you. The goal is not to climb out too quickly, but to sit with the unknowing long enough for new clarity to emerge. Tune in next week for Breaking Shadows, Part 3, Separation, where we'll explore how the psyche begins to discern truth from illusion, self from conditioning, and soul from story. In that episode, you'll learn how clarity often follows confusion, and how to honor the sacred act of discernment. Also, check out the links in the video description for additional tools and resources to help guide you on this process. Until then, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more soul transformative content. Stay grounded, stay resilient, and until we meet again in the next sacred space, trust the process, and let the alchemy unfold. And remember, this phase will soon pass.